Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Hearthstone. I blanked on the name there. So we need to get a major shaman victory, so let's look at our shaman options. Standard shaman, I guess, or wild shaman. Let's see, do we have wild shaman? Or did we delete it? Here it is. Let's play wild shaman. Since we're playing on wild on casual anyways. Not a ton of things to talk about. As part of the Black Friday Cyber Monday sale, that was a really nothing sale on Steam. It was really nothing. You did not, as far as I could tell, get any kind of badges or cards of any kind. So they didn't emphasize on the trading cards at all. Maybe there's some reason for that I don't know. Like the gambling commissions are looking at them closer and realizing that the trading card stuff is just this weird extra currency thing that's happening. So you got you got a badge that you could upgrade 4 times by doing 4 actions, and that was it. And then I spent almost $40 on purchases, and maybe you had to spend over $100 on purchases to get something, but I didn't get anything. And it seemed like all the previous sales you'd get a thing for every $10 you spent. It seems like $100 would be too steep for a lot of people. And then, oh yeah, you voted for the Steam Awards nominations, which I imagine is going to be emphasized more in the Christmas sale, which is, I guess, where the big sale is going to end up happening. Let's do this. Kill this. So here are my nominations for the Steam Awards. They were dumb categories, definitely really dumb categories, and not the way I think they should go. And it's also kind of weird that Steam, a company that makes video games, or at least made video games, maybe they don't really make video games anymore, would have their own award ceremony type thing.
Hurry up! Portals online! Hurry up! Portals online!
There we go. That's a nice turn of events there. So, but anyways, so the first category was the test of time, and I picked all of my selections from games that I've played. Maybe not, I didn't play them particularly in 2016, and there was no real instructions or rules that said you had to, but I would assume if this is going to be an annual thing they do, that it should be the games of 2016 that came out in 2016. I feel like they're almost certainly going to get so many nominations for so many games that they're going to have to filter it down if they want to do anything, even if what they want to do is really just put nominated for the Steam Awards on all these games to try to potentially get more sales on these games. Because if it becomes standard that every single game on Steam has been nominated for the Steam Awards by their own creators, if no one else, that's not a very good seal of quality or anything. But the Test of Time Award, I chose Day of the Tentacle Remastered. I think that's the Stands the Test of Time award. That is a good category. I played it recently, and you can't talk about a much older game that still stands up to the test of time. Than that, I was thinking maybe I would go with Myst, or Real Myst Masterpiece Edition. There's an argument there, though, that all the remakes and remasters of Myst still don't stand up to the test of time. Speaking of which, Robin Miller, one of the guys who owns
Job's done.
Cyan, the company that made Myst, I was following him on Twitter, and I finally had to mute him. He had so much political stuff he was posting.
Is someone injured?
This has now been 2 people, him and I believe Adam Sessler. I also had to mute now that I've had to mute. And those are probably 2 of the 4 actual people that I follow on Twitter that are in the video game industry. Usually I follow companies, and the companies have PR managers, and they're a little bit more on topic, and they're not just gonna alienate their audience by posting a bunch of political garbage. I suppose the other person I'm following is Morgan Webb, who never posts anything publicly, so she may be privately posting a bunch of stuff, but I'm not seeing it. The next category for the Steam Awards, which is what I was doing, is I'm Not Crying, There's Something in My Eye. I chose Dust and Elysian Tale. I figured that is probably an appropriate one to give it to.
Job's done.
I was considering the Cat Lady for that category too, because it does have a sappy ending and a very emotional ending. That category name actually might work on several levels for that too. But there's actually another category that Cat Lady works on too, so I gave it to Dust and Elysian Tale, and that seems fine. Ori and the Blind Forest, which is a game that I think of when I think of Dust, even though they probably very different.
To the exhibit.
The Ultimate Edition, I don't believe I own. I think I just own the original version, and that's the one game that didn't give you a free upgrade or something like that. And that kind of sucks for me, because I'm now holding back to play the game because I know there's a better version. In the same way that I was kind of holding back on Skyrim until I knew there was a better version. And it's only a couple of days until allegedly there will be an announcement from Gearbox. So if they came back and they said there's a they're remastering Borderlands 1,
Job's done.
that would be interesting, certainly. It would give me a great excuse to go back and play it. Although I'd prefer that they actually get to Border Worlds or Borderlands 3 there. The next category I did as a joke, the Just 5 More Minutes category. I gave it to Time Clickers, which I have over 9,000 hours of gameplay on. Because I leave it running and I'm trying to get all the way to the end.
Let me change
and
your mind.
I'm close there, but the final bit is still gonna probably take months and months and months, if not maybe a year. And so I put a review on there too, where I, without even using a keyboard, copied the words off the page, so it said nominated for the Just 5 More Minutes award, and put that as a review, which I think people will mark as a funny review, because they'll be able to see how many hours I have of the game. But that's mostly just a joke. If I was going to pick any other game that I wanted just 5 more minutes of, I'm not sure there really is anything like that. I need more gameplay in the games. Like 5 more minutes of The Binding of Isaac? No, I'm fine that I'm not playing that anymore. FTL, I'm really fine. I'm not playing that anymore. There's nothing that I get that obsessive with. And most PC games, if it's a $200 game like Skyrim or Borderlands, by the time you've done everything and done 200 hours, you're probably, I'm fine with it. I'm fine being done. So I just don't think I'd ever do that. I don't even think I ever really tried to make that argument to my parents when I was a kid. That just 5 more minutes. Thought. Let's take this. And let's see.
Tonight, a tale of glorious redemption.
None may touch the living
Let's see.
flame.
Do I want to kill this guy? Do I want to kill this guy? Let's just hit the face. The next category was the Whoa Dude category, which of the categories, that's gotta be one of the worst category names in it, because that can mean anything. It literally could mean anything. Is it a mind-blowing experience? Is that what you're implying? Is it a game with a bunch of skaters that would say "Whoa, dude"? Because you could take that different ways. I could nominate Skate or Tony Hawk Skate or whatever skating game is on Steam and call it the Whoa Dude, or a surfing game and say Whoa Dude. And it would just be as valid as a mind-blowing concept. And if it's a mind-blowing concept is what they were trying to go for, then still there's quite a lot of that going on too in the video game industry. So I don't think my selections for any of these are probably going to make it to the top of the list, or if they actually give out awards to anybody at all. I don't know if this whole thing isn't just a farce. It very well might just be a farce. Oh, interesting. Well, I need to protect myself terribly. Let's see, how can I do this?
Hunt them down.
On with the show!
Let's see. Let's see. This is not gonna go well. All he has to do is kill this one guy, and it didn't. The Baron brought him in. Didn't realize that. So for the Whoa Dude category, I chose her story. I think there's somewhat of a mind-blowing thing there. It's kind of telegraphed, certainly, but it's not incredibly obvious what's going on or how it's happening. Let's see. A mech.
Hurry up! Portals
Super.
online!
This one, or more health. So I need to use this, and then, but this would just give a mech character +1/+1, so it's gonna be one of those. So I might as well do
On with the show!
this one, and this one.
Hunt them down.
Job's
And
done.
then in the turn. The next one was the villain in most need of a hug. Again, I don't really know any super memorable villains. I mean, I guess you could go with the GLaDOS and Portal and such, and
None
but
may touch the living.
most villains are just, you don't even like them, so the idea of saying they're in most need of a hug, it doesn't really register in my brain particularly well, so I don't know. Like, I couldn't really even think of anything, so I chose the cat lady because the main bad guy and the cat lady kinda did just need a hug, and that was it. cost 1 is for each totem you've summoned in the game. Well, let's summon another totem. And then do his. And this.
Running the program. Hug.
So if I kill this guy right now, that lowers his health down really low.
You have awakened me too soon, Executus.
And that leaves him at 8.
Engage.
And that leaves him at 5. So the next one was game within a game. I chose The Witness. The Witness is not particularly a good game. It's a game worth playing, but it is also a game that wastes your time and doesn't really have anything to say. It has no story, but it does kind of have a game within a game without getting too spoilery. So I figured I'd go with that. The next category is I thought it was cool before it was it won an award. And this one I chose Real Miss Masterpiece Edition. I think there's a problem there that you're going to split your audience on Mist. Like, do you do Miss Masterpiece Edition? Do you do Real Mist? Or do you do Real Miss Masterpiece Edition? All of which are on. Why did that do 5 damage? Let's see. Ragnaros versus Ragnaros. And that still counts as a shaman victory. Good, so we'll continue to play. So if these categories or these awards actually are going to end up as awards being given out, my nominations are almost certainly not going to be what I could vote for in the Christmas sale. Almost certainly not. And they'll just
Begin.
I suppose it's better than just doing Game of the Year. I guess I'm gonna do a Game of the Year at the end of the year. I've got so many to the games I've played that my Game of the Year will be amongst the games I play, I assume. I need to go back and look at The Witcher 3 and see if I played that in this year. I actually looked at my well, actually it was my Facebook that reminded me that it has been over 2 years straight now that I've been doing this YouTube thing, and well, I've gotten $100 out of it. I'm, as far as getting a different job or going to work at like McDonald's or something, that's even less likely to happen now, because in that meantime I have my car is broken down and I've sold it, and I've personally only become less healthy and capable of standing or talking or even being mentally healthy enough to deal with people.
Crazy traveler.
And certainly haven't gotten any younger, and the economy certainly hasn't gotten any better. So while in theory, yes, it would be way better for me to go somewhere else, I'm still very much trying to have this succeed, and it is on small fits and starts. It does seem to succeed a little bit here and there, which is not great. I have yet to get the video that got 1 million views. If I did get a video that got 1 million views, maybe that would be enough income to set me for a year or two, maybe even for life, but I don't know. Certainly not the case right now, though.
Tonight, a tale of terrible tragedy.
So again, if people want to try to post my videos to Reddit or whatever website you are, post it to. No, I'm not talking about downloading my videos and uploading them to a different site. I'm saying post links to the original video so I can get the ad revenue and credit that all creators deserve. Maybe that would help, but I'm also supposed to be covering the awards, and I've gotten off topic, so let's get back to this. The next awards for the Steam Awards is Best Use of a Farm Animal. I chose Minecraft Story Mode. Now, almost certainly, that the intention here is for Goat Simulator to win. I think undeniably that is what they built that category to succeed on. But while we're at it, I might as well vote my own conscience there and say I think Minecraft Story Mode did have a better use with the big character, Ruben, who didn't do a ton of stuff, but he was an important part to the story, where Goat Simulator is you just play as a goat because it's silly.
Time for a change.
Job done.
Next category was We Didn't Think of Anything. And it turns out that We Didn't Think of Everything category was meant for you to create your own categories, which again, I have no idea how that one works on the Steam. If there is going to be actual votes here at the end of the day, in the Christmas sale at the end of the year, or whatever, there, like, if there's thousands and thousands of people who created thousands and thousands of different categories from scratch, how do you pick the ones that you want to keep? Is it just whichever ones they didn't think of that they thought were the funniest? Anyways, I did something kind of silly, but not really that ingenious. I simply called it the We Didn't Think of Everything category, and I gave it to Skyrim Special Edition, because if there's one game that did not think of everything, it was Skyrim Special Edition. They did no thinking to fix the bugs. They did no thinking to improve upon elements. They simply threw new shaders and new graphics on an old game that has some pretty bad systems when you really look at how much grinding it takes to do the alchemy and the smithing and the enchanting. There's just tons and tons of stuff that is unbalanced and gratuitous and just grindy for no reason. So that's my selections for the Steam Awards, my nominations. That's not a big deal. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't do anything with them, or they just give awards. See, that's the thing, is if Steam is going to give away awards, which isn't a terrible idea, they've got to be more picky than this. So they can't just give it to everybody who is nominated. That's simply not the case. And then the question will be, are they going to give the awards to the companies that get the least amount of refunds? Or
Hurry up! Portals
or
online!
get them the most sales? There's so many other factors that could come into consideration when they think about giving these awards. Just Steam and Valve are not impartial is the real issue. They cannot be impartial to this. They are the sales. It's like if Walmart gave the best item for sale award, and it would be obviously the thing that got Walmart the most money. That being said, half the awards that things get are just straight up bought. There's not really an impartial review award. It's just pay us this money for consideration, and then you'll get your award in 2 to 8 weeks. No question about whether you deserve the award or not. Moving on, there's a couple of things I missed, like the Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer is going to in some way affect the solo player, which might be a little annoying and a bad idea in general for people that just want to play a solo player or people that want to play the game late. If it turns out that other people's solo multiplayer game is somehow going to affect my game, that's even worse, because then I'm not getting the same experience. Even if the other players somehow make it an easier and better experience, that's not what I want. Particularly as a critic, I want to have the experience that you get when you originally play the game, not whatever the modified experience by other people's playing. It makes me think of things like Dark Souls and how that game very much had this whole element of you could get griefed by other players and get invaded by them, and that just made it worse.
I can ease your pain.
The other thing I have to say is doing a promo for Final Fantasy 15, which is I guess supposed to be out soon. They made a special boss level 99 of the actual boss of Square Enix, the Japanese. Let's see. Play a mech and discover a mech. Here we go. Now I hope this doesn't go to this guy, and it did, darn it. Oh well, not a big deal. So they show the video of this old Japanese guy fighting him with a giant sword and a Tommy gun, which is kind of cute, certainly, but probably also a waste of effort. Let's see. This and this. And then I wanted to talk about Shirley Curly. I wonder if that's really her name or not. But that's the name of her YouTube channel. And you probably don't know about her name, but I did talk about her story. She is the YouTube grandma, I believe 80 years old. And she plays Skyrim, and they recently interviewed her and asked her what life is like now that she's become internet famous and all of that. And I didn't really read the article too much, but I did look at what interests me as a YouTuber. So she's been, I don't know how long she's been going on. But she has 225,000 subscribers. She has, I believe, 5.6 million views. I could be wrong. That could be 56 million views. And she only has 393 videos. Not super surprising though. I mean, even if she was just playing Skyrim, which is very possible she is just playing Skyrim, then that would be slightly over one video a day for a year, and that's not a ridiculously large amount of time. I don't know if I want to go into another game. She has approximately made somewhere between $1,420 and $22,000 and $22,700. And in October 15th, she jumped up to 37.8 thousand subs because her one video was posted on YouTube, and that's what I was talking about earlier. If people want to post my videos on YouTube and it gets me to be internet famous, that would be very helpful, even if it does certainly pose maybe a growth problem of growing too fast. She certainly doesn't do anything that special other than the fact that she is a unique character. She's just playing Skyrim like I'm just playing Skyrim, and I hope she had ad revenue on. I hope she got that 22,000, but often these famous people don't even have the ads turned on. The people that are trying to make a business of it do, and they don't get this kind of things. So that's my hope when I look at her, and I wish her the best and all, but I'm hoping in comparison my 3,000 videos might one day catch more people's attention and I could get up to that many subs. Frankly, there is also probably an argument here that she doesn't have that many views right now, and she doesn't have growing amount of views, because I bet a bunch of Redditors just came and looked at it and then are slowly forgetting about her, which I'm still fine with that. I'd much rather have a lot more subs, even though it seems like YouTube has changed its algorithm once again on recommendations, and so subs don't really matter that much. I bet it still kind of matters. Anywho, as far as the quests, let's see, I need one more shaman victory and I need 4 more hunter victories, and I'm just gonna do those off screen because I'm done with topics here. There's really not a lot to say about Shirley Curly. Good for her. I hope my channel one day becomes that good. That would be very nice, and I would be very happy about that. That's it for this recording. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All of that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right is a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want a friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.